Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to step into a realm not of dreams, but of definite purpose. In this world, ideas have power, thoughts have form, and belief becomes reality. For every towering building, every thriving business, and every revolution in thought, there was first an idea, not merely poetic words, but a literal truth with the weight to move mountains or build empires. Every invention you see, every law that governs nations, every fortune ever made, began first as a silent whisper in someone's mind, a thought, invisible, intangible, but no less real than the steel of a skyscraper or the fire of a furnace. The mind is the workshop in which we shape these unseen forces. There ideas are forged. And if given time, belief, and energy, these thoughts take on substance. They evolve from flickering notions into plans, from plans into actions, from actions into outcomes. A man is what he thinks about, not occasionally, but persistently. The thoughts you dwell upon become the blueprint for your destiny. To believe otherwise is to sleepwalk through life. Every great individual you admire, whether they changed the world or conquered their corner of it, did not begin with money, connections, or privilege. They began with a thought, a single, often unified flash of desire or belief. And then they nourished it, spoke life into it, and acted upon until the world itself could no longer ignore it. Your mind does not care what seeds you plant. Plant doubt, fear, and complaint, and you'll harvest failure and regret. Plant vision, faith, and courage, and you will grow results, riches, and influence. The soil does not judge the seed. It only returns what you sow. If you think success, you attract the forces, people, opportunities, and ideas that align with that vibration. If you think defeat, the world will mirror it back to you. The laws that govern thought are as certain as the law of gravity. Whether you believe it or not does not change its operation. This truth demands responsibility. You cannot entertain a lifetime of destructive, small-minded thoughts and expect a powerful, abundant life. The world outside you is a reflection of the world within. You may change your job, your partner, your surroundings, even your country. But until you change your thinking, you will always meet the same results, repeated in different disguises. Therefore, guard your mind. Train it. Speak to it with conviction. Direct your thoughts as a commander directs an army. You were not born to drift, to react, or to live by default. You were born with the greatest power known to man, the power to choose your thoughts. From this moment on, remind yourself daily, you are one thought away from a better life, one thought away from courage, one thought away from a breakthrough. Thoughts are not passive. They are creative forces. And the life you live is nothing more than the sum total of the thoughts you've chosen to believe in. Choose wisely, and choose powerfully. Desire is not a fleeting wish, nor is it idle hope. It is not the gentle daydream of someone who says, "Wouldn't it be nice?" No. Real desire is fire. It burns in the mind. It consumes the heart. It dominates thought until it becomes an obsession. It is the starting point of all achievement because nothing, absolutely nothing, of lasting value has ever been accomplished without it. A man may be born with intelligence, resources, and opportunity. He may have the finest education and the most favorable conditions. But without desire, he will accomplish little, if anything at all, because desire is what moves men to act. It is the force that drives the hand, that gives courage to the fearful, and persistence to the wary. Desire takes the ordinary and transforms it into the extraordinary by supplying it with relentless energy. It is desire that causes the inventor to work through 10,000 failures. It is desire that moves the entrepreneur to keep building when the bank says no, when the critics laugh, and when even friends advise giving up. It is desire that makes a mother fight for her child's future, a student sacrifice sleep to master their craft, a leader stand firm when all around them waver. It is the heartbeat of progress and the soul of persistence. The intensity of your desire will determine the strength of your results. A lukewarm wish will produce lukewarm results. A casual interest will bring about casual outcomes. But a burning desire, clear, definite, and unshakable, draws everything toward it. Circumstances, people, and resources begin to align as if they were summoned by an unseen magnet. Desire must be definite. It must be specific. Vague wants lead nowhere. Say not, I want success, but rather, I will earn this much in this way by this time. Name it, write it, see it. And above all, feel it, deeply. The heart must be engaged, not just the mind. When you truly desire something, it begins to shape your choices. It refines your focus. You begin to reject what does not serve the goal. You become a vessel driven forward by something greater than convenience or comfort. Do not confuse desire with mere ambition. Ambition may want power, it may seek applause. But true desire is purer than that. It is personal. It is sacred. It comes just from the mind, but from the very soul. It refuses to be denied. And when backed by faith and followed with action, desire becomes destiny. There is no secret more vital to success than thisings. You must want what you want so strongly that it becomes the dominating motive of your life. When every thought and every breath points in one direction, when you wake and sleep with a single aim engraved upon your mind, then you are no longer a mere dreamer. You are a creator. Whenever you seek wealth, knowledge, love, freedom, know this, you will have it when your desire for it becomes so great that nothing can stand in its way. The universe yields to those who demand, not with arrogance, but with certainty, and that certainty begins with one spark. Desire. Fan it. Follow it. For it is the origin of all that was ever achieved and all that ever will be. Faith is the invisible spark that turns desire into action and action into achievement. It is the bridge between the world that is seen and the world that is yet to be. Without it, a man may dream, he may hope, he may plan, but he will not move with certainty. And without movement born of belief, success remains a phantom, forever just out of reach. Faith is not mere optimism. It is not simply positive thinking or blind trust. It is the deep, unwavering conviction that what you seek is not only possible. It is already yours in the realm of thought, and it is only a matter of time before it is made visible through action and persistence. Faith is the force that removes hesitation, erases doubt, and silences the voices that say, it cannot be done. It is the inner knowing that overrides the external evidence. All the great works of man, every monument, every empire, every innovation, were built first on belief. There was no proof in the beginning. There was only a mind bold enough to say, I believe. And that belief called forth ideas, people, opportunities, and resources, often from unseen places. The one who believes in himself and in the worthiness of his goal unlocks powers that lie dormant in the doubtful and inactive. When faith is combined with desire, it becomes a force no obstacle can resist. Fear fades. Uncertainty loses its grip, because the man who walks in faith no longer waits for conditions to be perfect. He creates his own conditions. He speaks the language of success before it has arrived. He acts as though it were already so, and by doing so, he hastens its arrival. This is not fantasy. It is not magic. It is cause and effect. A mind filled with belief attracts what it needs. It draws strength in adversity. It sees through the fog of failure and finds the lesson. Where others see impossibility, the faithful see the path through. Because faith tunes the mind to the frequency of solutions, not problems. It places the individual in harmony with the forces of advancement, growth, and opportunity. Faith must be practiced. It must be cultivated. You do not wait to feel it. You build it. You speak it aloud. You affirm your worth. You visualize your success as if it were already achieved. You repeat your goal until it becomes your identity. Through repetition and emotion, belief is impressed upon the subconscious, and the subconscious begins to act, not just on your behalf, but through you, shaping your thoughts, guiding your decisions, and strengthening your resolve. The man who doubts delays. The man who believes decides. The one who walks by fear waits for guarantees. The one who walks by faith becomes the guarantee. Every great achievement begins with belief in the unseen, not in luck, not in chance, but in the inner voice that says, go forward. You may stumble. You may fall, but faith will rise with you every time. It is the ultimate resilience, the shield against defeat, the compass that keeps the soul steady in storm. With faith, Mountains move. Not because the mountain changes, but because the man approaching it no longer sees it as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to rise. Faith does not promise ease, but it promises power, and that power, when harnessed, transforms a life. So, nurture your faith. Feed it with words of strength. You clothe it in action. Anchor it to a purpose so compelling that no failure can break it. Because faith is not just the start of achievement. It is the force that carries it through, and the proof that what lives in the mind can one day live in the world. You need not know how everything will unfold. You need only to believe that it will, and then take the next step with purpose, with passion, and with unwavering faith. No individual, no matter how brilliant, how talented, or how driven, ever rises to great power or lasting success alone. Behind every towering figure in history, behind every empire of wealth, every transformative idea, every breakthrough movement, there stands a force unseen by most, a harmonious alliance of minds, joined in purpose and bound by belief. This is the mastermind principle. The mastermind is not simply teamwork. It is not a committee. It is not a meeting of minds filled with small talk and shallow goals. It is something far more powerful, far more sacred. It is the spiritual and mental union of two or more individuals who come together in absolute harmony, each bringing their strengths, their energy, their perspective. When the mind is deafened, their courage and their imagination to the same definite objective. When this harmony is achieved, when egos are set aside and purpose is placed at the center, a new mind is born. A greater mind, a third, intangible force that is more powerful than the sum of its parts. This is not philosophy alone. It is law. Just the combining of hydrogen and oxygen gives rise to water. The conscious blending of minds focused on a common goal gives rise to power, a power that defies ordinary explanation. Ideas spark, inspiration flows, energy multiplies. One person's weakness is balanced by another's strength. One person's doubt is canceled by another's certainty. Together, the group becomes a living intelligence with access to insights, solutions, and momentum no single person could summon alone. Every individual has limitations, blind spots, fears, and fatigue. But in a true mastermind alliance, there are no blind spots because someone else can see where you cannot. There is no fatigue because others carry the weight when you grow weary, and fear. Fear is disarmed by the collective faith of the group. When one mind begins to doubt, another reminds it to believe. When one vision fades, another expands it. And when one plan falters, another strengthens the path forward. History is full of proof. Every industrial magnate, every great builder, every revolutionary leader, none stood alone. Their names may shine in headlines and history books. But behind them stood a circle of minds, advisors, supporters, thinkers, executors, each contributing vital energy. And the rare few who tried to achieve greatness without others inevitably fell, for even the strongest flame needs fuel, and the greatest minds need reinforcement. To access the power of the mastermind, one must first be willing to give as much as he wishes to receive. He must come to the alliance with loyalty, openness, humility, and most of all, purpose. There can be no hidden agenda, no competition between egos. Harmony is the foundation, and without it, the power dies. But when harmony is achieved and a clear, shared aim is held by all, then that invisible current begins to flow. Meetings become electric. Ideas begin to surge. Solutions emerge with speed. You feel it. You know it. You are not thinking alone. You are thinking with a force larger than yourself. The mastermind works across fields, industries, and disciplines. It matters not whether you are building a business, writing a book, designing technology, or changing a nation. If your aim is great, then gather great minds. If your vision is bold, then invite others who are bold enough to carry it with you. And choose wisely. Surround yourself not just with intelligence, but with belief. Not just with talent, but with loyalty. Not just with skill, but with spirit. And remember, a mastermind is not defined by how many people are involved, but by the harmony with which they think. Two minds aligned perfectly can produce more energy than 100 in conflict. One spark of harmony can outshine a crowd of noise. If you seek to achieve something that has never been done, or to rise above your current level of success, Do not isolate. Do not try to conquer the mountain alone. Invite the right minds into your vision. Build with them. Think with them. Grow with them. Because when two or more minds come together with a definite purpose and perfect understanding, they tap into a higher intelligence, one that transcends logic, outpaces time, and brings miracles within reach. That is the mastermind principle, and it is, without question, one of the most powerful forces ever discovered by man. There is no greater power available to man than a clear and unwavering sense of purpose. It is the master key to all achievement, the engine behind every victory, the compass that guides through confusion, distraction, and delay. A person without purpose drifts, pulled in every direction by circumstance, emotion, or the opinions of others. But a person with a definite purpose walks a straight line, unhindered, through the storm. The world yields to the one who knows exactly where they are going. Not immediately, not without resistance, but inevitably, because when you are definite, when your mind is fixed and your decision is final, you begin to command unseen forces that arrange events, people, and circumstances in ways that cannot be explained by logic alone. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop reacting and begin creating. A man may have talent, but without purpose, he squanders it. He may possess education, charm, or even wealth, but if he does not direct it toward a single, focused aim, his efforts are scattered and weak. It is not the many things a man attempts that make him great. It is the one thing he does with relentless intensity that leaves his mark. 1,000 ambitions mean nothing without the discipline to choose one and pursue it completely. Definiteness of purpose brings clarity. It silences doubt. It tells you what to do and what not to do. It filters out the noise and eliminates the unnecessary. Every choice becomes easier when measured against your purpose. Does this serve the goal? If not, it has no place. Time is no longer wasted. Energy is no longer diffused. You move with precision, and precision is power. Purpose ignites passion. When your goal is clear and worthy, it stirs something inside you. Work becomes meaningful. Sacrifice becomes noble. Challenges become opportunities to prove your resolve. You are no longer motivated by the push of fear or the pull of reward. You are moved by something deeper, something immovable. You are not chasing success for its own sake. You are fulfilling a mission, and purpose breeds persistence. Because when you know what you want and why you want it, you will not quit at the first sign of failure. You will not give in to discouragement. Setbacks do not shake you. Delays do not break you. Your direction is fixed, and so you continue. You may adjust your path, but never your aim. You may bend, but you do not break. You are a force, and forces do not beg for permission. Most people wander. They change direction with every season, every mood, every conversation. They confuse activity with progress. They work hard but go nowhere because they do not know where they are going. And so they drift, settling for less, wondering why life never opens its doors. But purpose, definite, burning, unshakable purpose, is the key that opens those doors. It is the reason some rise while others remain. It is the line that separates the wishful from the powerful. To develop definiteness of purpose, begin by deciding what you want. Not what others want for you, not what seems safe or respectable, but what you truly, deeply desire. So strongly that you are willing to stake your time, your effort, even your reputation on its pursuit. Then write it, speak it, see it, and live each day in service of it. Let it shape your habits, your thoughts, your words. Let it become the lens through which you view the opportunity and every decision. It does not matter where you start. It does not matter who believes in you or who doubts you. The world does not ask if you are qualified. It only responds to whether you are committed, and commitment flows from clarity, and clarity is born of purpose. The person who knows their purpose becomes magnetic. People want to help them. Opportunities seem to find them. They radiate certainty in a world full of confusion. And in that certainty, there is influence. In that certainty, there is peace. In that certainty, there is power. So choose your purpose. Make it definite. Make it your obsession. And then act as though success is not a matter of if, but when. Because when your purpose is fixed and your heart is on fire, there is no force on earth strong enough to keep you from it. That is not philosophy. That is law. My friends, if you walk away with anything today, let it be this: you are the master of your fate. Not by chance, but by thought. Your future lives in your decisions. Your legacy lies in your discipline. And your greatness is only as distant as your belief will carry it. So start now. Think big. Desire greatly. Believe fiercely. Act boldly. And watch the world bend to your vision. Thank you.